Today, we'll talk about attitude, the attitude of practice. The process of meditation is extremely delicate, and the result depends absolutely on the state of mind of the meditator. The process of meditation is what we call what matters most is your motivation. Because after you've generated a motivation, your mind will present a state which will make what you meditate on and the result completely different. We talk about this every day. Everything is created by the mind. The following attitudes are essential to succeed in practice. Most of them have been presented before, but we will bring them together again here as a series of rules for application. 1. Don't expect anything. During meditation, first, don't expect anything. Just sit back and see what happens. It's like a scientist observing nature. He is not expecting anything, but observing nature. Treat the whole thing as an experiment, a scientific experiment. Meditation is conducting a scientific experiment. Observe your body and mind carefully, because your body is the experiment instrument and your mind is the observer. Take an active interest in the test itself, but don't get distracted by your expectations about results. If you have any expectation, you get distracted. For that matter, don't be anxious for any result whatsoever. Expecting the result is, regarding the result, you are either happy or scared or expecting. Let the meditation move along at its own speed and in its own direction. Just watch how your body and mind gradually change. Let the meditation teach you what it wants you to learn. Just follow the right method. Then observe how this object changes and progresses. Regardless of how it progresses, no rush and no expectation. Don't be afraid of the changes in our body. Many reactions in our body, such as pain or various states, may appear. As long as your approach is correct and your attitude is correct, your motivation is correct. If you've generated bodhicitta, that's the best. Meditative awareness seeks to see reality exactly as it is. This is awareness. In meditation, the awareness sees reality exactly as it is. Learning Buddhism is to be aware of the reality exactly as it is. Whether that corresponds to our expectations or not, it requires a temporary suspension of all our preconceptions and ideas. Whatever the result is, for example, something regarded as bad by ordinary people, you should accept it. We must store away our images, opinions, and interpretations someplace out of the way for the duration. Otherwise, we will stumble over them. Store away your knowledge and view. As long as your mentor has taught you the proper method, then just don't expect anything. Don't strain. Don't force anything or make grand, exaggerated efforts. Meditation is not aggressive. There is no violent striving. Just let your effort be relaxed and steady. Efforts are still needed. For example, when you are drowsy, you must wake up, breathe in, use a little force, or even open your eyes. These are just methods rather than attitudes. The attitude is, don't expect anything. Don't strain. Sit straight but relaxed. If your body is not relaxed, it shows your mind strains too much. A relaxed body actually entails a relaxed mind. If your mind is not relaxed, your body won't relax. Don't rush. Don't rush. There is no hurry, so take your time. Settle yourself on a cushion and sit as though you have a whole day. Anything really valuable takes time to develop. Patience, patience, patience. Don't rush. Just watch it. Keep awareness and equanimity. Don't cling to anything and don't reject anything. Let come what comes and accommodate yourself to that, whatever it is. If good mental images arise, that is fine. If bad mental images arise, that is fine too. Look on all of it as equal and make yourself comfortable with whatever happens. Don't fight with what you experience. Just observe it all mindfully. This sounds simple. Be mindful, which requires equanimity and awareness. That is, be free from any emotion and attachment and keep awareness. Let go. Learn to flow with all the changes that come up. Loosen up and relax. That is, your mind flows with the changes without trying to change anything. Accept everything that arises. Accept your feelings, even the ones you wish you did not have. This is important. During meditation, the last feeling you want to go through may appear, but you need to accept it. Accept your experiences, even the ones you hate. This is not easy. Don't condemn yourself for having human flaws and failings. This is important. Everyone has shortcomings and faults. During meditation, don't blame yourself. Learn to see all the phenomena in your mind as being perfectly natural and understandable. Don't be afraid of any thought. For example, if you have an evil thought, just watch it. You've done this in your past lives, and now this karmic tendency appears. During meditation, a thought that even scares yourself might appear, but don't be afraid. You've noticed it, then be aware that it's a delusion and be mindful. Regard any mental phenomenon as natural and understandable. Try to exercise a disinterested acceptance at all times and with respect to everything you experience. Whatever you experience, you should open your mind like a scientist observing an experiment. When we observe the changes of our body and mind, it's like observing an experiment instrument. You won't reject. Whatever phenomenon we observe in the lab, we always accept and respect. That's the attitude. Sometimes observing our own body and mind is like observing someone else's body and mind. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. You may not be perfect, but you are all you've got to work with. The process of becoming who you will be begins with the total acceptance of who you are. This is important. Be kind to yourself. During meditation, be kind to yourself. This is the same. During experiment, you are certainly kind to your instrument and won't be harsh to it. You are like your instrument. You are kind to it. Have you conducted an experiment before? I used to study in the Department of Physics and often conduct experiments. That's the feeling. Be kind to yourself. Don't be harsh to yourself, but don't indulge either. Be aware that you are not perfect. Recognize where you go wrong and work with yourself to correct them properly. Improve yourself and cooperate with your body and mind. Investigate yourself. Question everything. Take nothing for granted. Don't believe anything because it sounds wise and pious and some holy men said it. See it for yourself. That does not mean that you should be cynical, impudent, or irrelevant. It means you should be empirical. Subject all statements to the actual test of your experience. This is a scientific attitude, an attitude to investigate rather than doubt. It's an attitude that's eager to know the truth. Subject all statements to the actual test of your experience and let the results be your guide to truth. Insight meditation evolves out of an inner longing to wake up to what is real. We aim to wake up to what is real. This is the most important. What is real is the truth of everything. We Buddhists are seeking truth, including the reality of body and mind. Insight meditation evolves out of an inner longing to wake up to what is real and to gain liberating insight to the true structure of existence. What is wisdom? It's to know the reality. If someone is not aware of the reality, can that be considered as wisdom? That is delusion. Therefore, wisdom is to be aware of the reality and to be mindful of the reality. The entire practice hinges upon this desire to be awake to the truth. Without it, The practice is superficial. Therefore, investigating yourself is a truth-seeking spirit. View all problems as challenges. Look upon negatives that arise as opportunities to learn and to grow. Don't run from them, condemn yourself, or bear your burden in saintly silence. Saintly silence is also a habitual pattern. If you've practiced melancholic palms in the past, you tend to be melancholic. This habitual pattern is not good. You have a problem? Great. More grist for the mill. Some people can't do this. Even if they encounter a tiny problem, they feel upset. Your mental quality is too poor. Everything is created by the mind. In the past, practitioners used to meditate in a graveyard, but never felt strong yin or yang energy. The rumour is nonsense. You have strong yin energy yourself. How can there be yin energy outside? Everything is due to the strong yin energy in your mind. How come there's yin energy outside? In Buddha's perception, everything is yang energy and everything is pure. How come there's strong yin energy? If you leave a child in a graveyard, he will have a good sleep for sure, and no ghost will take him away. He won't feel scared because he is sleeping soundly. You are caught up in delusions yourself. How come there is heavy yin energy? As a practitioner, don't search in the external world. According to Buddhism, all the external world is actually a projection of your mind. The so-called external world is actually in your eighth consciousness. The eighth consciousness does differ from person to person. You feel strong yin energy, while I feel pretty cool. How can it be the same? This is searching outside your mind. Don't do this. View all problems as challenges. As a practitioner, whatever problem you encounter, view it as an opportunity to learn and to grow. This attitude is crucial. Don't ponder. You don't need to figure everything out. Discursive thinking won't free you from the trap. It can barely free you from the trap. In meditation, the mind is purified naturally by mindfulness, by wordless bare attention. Habitual deliberation is not necessary to eliminate those things that are keeping you in bondage. All that is necessary is a clear, non-conceptual perception of what they are and how they work. That alone is sufficient to dissolve them. Concepts and reasoning just get in the way. Don't think, see. Just be mindful and keep awareness. Don't daydream. Don't ponder. Just keep awareness. We should practice with mind rather than with brain. That is what it means. Don't dwell upon contrasts. Differences do exist between people, but dwelling upon them is a dangerous process. Unless carefully handled, it leads directly to egotism. Ordinary human thinking is full of greed, jealousy, and pride. A man seeing another man on the street may immediately think, he is better looking than I am. The instant result is envy or shame. A girl seeing another girl may think, I am prettier than she is. The instant result is pride. This sort of comparison is a mental habit. Comparison is very dangerous. It leads to jealousy, arrogance, or inferiority complex. This sort of comparison is a mental habit, and it leads directly to ill feeling of one sort or another. Greed, envy, pride, jealousy, hatred. It is an unskillful mental state, but we do it all the time. We compare our looks with others, our success, our accomplishments, our wealth, possessions, or IQ, and all these lead to the same place: estrangement, barriers between people, and ill feeling. This also happens to meditation. If you see someone meditate well, you tend to compare too, as if he meditates better than you. However, it's not necessarily true. Therefore, never compare. What kind of attitude should we have? If someone is doing good, then we need to do the same. This is called rejoicing. If your rejoicing doesn't have the following action, you won't get the same virtue. Therefore, remember, learn to rejoice and don't compare with others.